You know what? He knows what he's doing.
So, I do want to talk about Bloodborne versus this game's combat.
Okay.
I think the problem I have with Bloodborne is that they focused so heavily on combat when I think, in actuality, my gosh, I forgot how easy it is to level up at the beginning. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if we need to do that much.
No, we don't.
Let's check the requirement really quick.
Yeah.
I think it's maximum like 18. Oh, can we use it? It's 1414.
Okay.
That's right. It does have some quality build as well.
So
14 and like 18 probably, and then you can do some other stuff. I can still keep going. One more.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So we just got way fucking stronger.
Yep. Pretty much.
Then switch to the Uchikatana, because I think it's just more base damage and has better scaling. Can't think they got the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you saying about the...
I think I like Bloodborne's combat. I
Yes.
do. I think it's fun. But I think the Souls series, in all, doesn't have great combat. I think it's good. I think what ultimately draws me to these games is the atmosphere.
Okay.
And the customization. And obviously the ability to manage stats, which affects combat, but ultimately I think what's more important and more enjoyable usually for me in these games is the...
Nice.
Those elements rather than the combat. And Bloodborne just kind of takes all of them out.
Okay. So, I agree on the atmosphere. I care a good bit about the combat, but I really care more about level design. Is the thing I really care about most. I think that's what really kills it for a lot of the Souls games. Like, what makes it, like, make the Souls game so great. Especially Dark Souls 1.
which is part of the atmosphere, and yes, part of the consistent worlds. And yeah, Bloodborne's got that for sure.
Like, I think Bloodborne probably does that maybe even a little better than, like, I think better than almost any other one other than this one. Like Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne are the two ones to do. And I don't really think of Bloodborne as in, like, the Souls games. Even though it's, like, really close, I think it's different enough where it really is kind of trying to do its own thing. Like, it's definitely a From Software game, and the combat is very similar.
Okay, but...
And it's got a very different vibe.
Even addressing that... Jesus Christ. I think that since it's using the same engine... and pretty much has the same combat, you know, it has the same frame data, basically, the same hitboxes. Wow, he actually aggroed. I think that, to me at least, it still applies that it being more combat-oriented, I think, is ultimately to its detriment. Like, I wish Bloodborne had more stats. I wish it had more, I mean, I don't know. The level design in Bloodborne is really good. Yharnam is fucking amazing.
Oh my god, it's so good. Although, to be fair, almost every Souls game has an amazing first level, except Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, 2 is, like, the only one.
Like, 3, like, Undead Burg / Undead Parish, Boletaria, I forget what's even called in 3, but the first, like, castle. Remember what it is? The High Wall, is it? Or is that the second thing?
In 3?
Yeah, the first zone you go to after the tutorial.
After the tutorial, High Wall of Lothric.
Yes,
yeah.
High Wall. Like, all of these are, like, great levels. Like, some of the best levels in the entire game. For all of them.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which, and I think Bloodborne, like, it shows it off strong early, but it keeps a lot of that design, like, especially going into later games. Like, the levels get so convoluted, but they're, like, they still maintain internally consistent. It's got the Dark Souls 1 type, I think it's, I've seen analogies for it before where, like, Dark Souls 1 is like a corkscrew, and Bloodborne is like a wagon wheel.
Okay, can you explain that one a little bit?
So, Dark Souls 1 is, like, it's very circular in the way it goes. but it's also there's a lot of connections between one level of your circle progress. Like a lot of the shortcuts are just going up and down.
Oh,
It's how
okay.
a lot of shortcuts connect the world together. It's like different dishes on a stack.
That's like addressing how Dark Souls is very vertical.
And does a lot of and how it does shortcuts and how it designs its levels.
Okay.
Where Bloodborne doesn't really have too many shortcuts like that. Like instead, it'll usually go for like, okay, so it just connects off into another area that you've been through before, or it leads around or it circles back upon itself into something. So everything kind of just gets, you go out in a direction and you bring it back and you tie back into that main world before you go off to somewhere else again.
Right. Okay.
Which both I think really work for the style of like level design, like what they're going for, like the big emphasis on shortcuts. I would even call most of these like Metroidvania games because of how heavy they emphasize on the map.
People have made. Well, the only one that really strikes me as Metroid-esque is this one.
This one's definitely the most.
Yeah, Bloodborne is too straightforward, which isn't a bad thing. I don't hold that to its detriment. I think linear is a curse word for very little reason.
I like what Bloodborne does because it's kind of trying to make the more like tight version of what like Souls was. They're like, okay, so people they're like, I think we have like 1 billion different weapons, and they're like, okay, but like 10 of them play the same for each weapon class, like almost exactly the same. So like, let's tighten that up. Let's make it like one really rock solid one for each of them, and then that's the one that people use for that kind of class.
Right.
And that was, I think, the kind of the more tight design methodology that went into the game that I really appreciate seeing from Bloodborne, and I think it's a very cool thing to see. Now, of course, I really like Dark Souls 1. I like that there's a lot of different weapon types in it, that you can find exactly the one you like the most. But I think seeing them try to... They want to keep the stuff that's very core to them. They want to change things, and they're like, you know what? Bloodborne is where we're gonna not get stuck with the Dark Souls stuff. We're gonna try some new design space.
And that's fine.
I think it really paid off, though, and I like it a lot because of that. I gotta get a drink really quick.
I think... Yes, I agree. I think it paid off. I won't deny that, but I just don't think they necessarily needed to strip out as much as they did. Like, I don't know. It is just... I think... whoops, that was a stupid idea.
Nice.
I think, God, that backstab radius is like 180 degrees.
So that's the guy that always drops the swag sword for me, so it looks like you're, no dice.
Fucked.
Well, maybe, is there one more on this bridge? Or is it him? I don't know. Oh.
On the kick. Is there one more on this bridge?
I don't, he's not aggroed, like, for sure, but...
Yeah, there is. There's one more on this bridge.
Okay, so maybe it's that one. There you go. The kick is the proest move in this game. I don't know. I really... Like, I think Bloodborne is probably my second favorite Souls game.
Yeah. No, I'd probably say that, too.
Because I think, one... It's like, kind of like, oh, you know, the fresh vibe thing, not to be generic. But, like, it really is, you get to see them, like, they're not being, like, held back by, like, the stuff they've done before. They actually try new things out, and they work really well. Like, they went for a whole Lovecraftian horror thing.
Right.
Awesome. They're like, you know what? Let's make the combat really fast-paced. Kind of the antithesis of what you see for Dark Souls. And they're like, okay, what changes we need to do to make that happen? And then they did it, and it was really good.
Right. And they did it in such a short time span. I mean, considering.
Has Bloodborne 2 been announced yet?
I think they did announce it.
Okay. I'm excited for that.
Not positive.
You can get the Hellbeard here, I think. Yeah, there.
Yeah, it's over there.
That's another weapon that people, like, really, really like. But
I don't get it.
Never ever used.
Yeah, you know, I used it against, I think, the gargoyles the first time. Because the spin attack does, like, the heavy attack does a ton of damage.
If you go through here really quick and hold up your souls, then when you get to Andre, you'll probably have enough to get, like, 1 or 2 upgrades on the Uchi.
That's the hope.
Which is pretty good. You definitely don't need to have a +5 weapon to beat the gargoyles. But you can. Like, you can get to a +5 weapon easily before you get to the gargoyles.
I mean...
Pretty nice.
It would be nice because, We have to keep into account the fact that we're streaming right now,
That's true.
and I'm playing like absolute trash.
I think the lightning will help a lot too, because you have three of the lightning pine resins, and those like wreck. I think they have a fire weakness and a lightning weakness. I think their fire weakness is bigger, but like most things that have a lightning weakness in this game, it's a really strong buff.
Right. No, they definitely have. They have a really. I think lightning is actually the most powerful against them, like more than fire. I'm not positive.
I know like
Or I could just be thinking of
pre 1.0 nerf, when like before they nerfed elemental weapons in this game, like they were the lightning one was insane.
Oh yeah.
Like it shredded everything.
Yes.
Like the lightning spear you get in Sen's Fortress, like it's probably the best weapon you pick up when you pick it up.
Oh, winged spear.
The lightning spear.
Oh.
In Sen's.
Isn't that the winged spear?
I think it's just a lightning spear.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
When do you pick up that then?
winged spear. I think you just kind of find it somewhere. It might be down in the forest. Learn his gesture.
Yeah, of course.
Hoorah! Also, have you ever fought Andre?
Actually no.
I don't recommend it because he's such a useful NPC.
Well, obviously, yeah. That's
But
why I've never killed him.
he has like a whole moveset that's really cool. He has like a drop kick and like a boxing moveset. He uses, I think, cestises.
Okay.
So like there's a challenge that people will do where you box Andre by only using bare fists and fighting him.
Nice.
And it's really hard. He has a drop kick. The animation for it is incredibly quick, and it does like
really?
a significant amount of damage and stuns you. But if he misses, he's like on his ass.
Nice.
So it's like they put a lot into making a really cool like whole fight set for him, and almost no one ever sees it because he's way too useful to even consider killing.
Yeah, no, very few people have actually. I've never used it.
How much damage does your guitar do right now? It's got a lot of dex.
108. That's pretty good.
How much does it get from scaling though?
35.
Plus 35, so 143 is really good this early.
Yeah. Very true.
That's pretty strong. You can also does the big guy in here drop a Titanite shard?
No, better than. No, I think he drops a chunk.
Oh, he drops a chunk.
Doesn't he? Not a shard. That's not good enough.
He drops. He lets you get the Firekeeper soul, which is great, and you're gonna want to grab.
Oh, are you talking? You're talking
here.
about the big guy. You were talking about the Titanite.
No. He drops, I think, a Titanite chunk, a Titanite chunk and a like demon chunk.
Right.
But you're shredding. 196 is a lot.
196 backstab. It's good.
You were at like 104 before that upgrade.
Right.
So 1.5 modifier for the backstab. That's by a lot.
What a happy day.
Alright, kill him.
Love this guy.
He doesn't have... He has a parry animation, like you can parry him, but there's no riposte animation.
Is there there's no backstab?
I don't think so, there is. I don't think there is. But like, you can parry those big swings.
Right.
It's hard to do, but you can do it. But there's no way to riposte it.
Right.
Which is another funny thing they did for it. Another reason this game is like a third finished. That's not that bad. It's maybe like 95% finished.
That's okay. That's being generous. I mean,
obviously, Lost Izalith is not done at all.
Yeah, no. There's like a third of Lost Izalith that's missing. So if you take that into account versus all the other areas, I don't know how many areas are there?
Like 10.
Yeah, like 12, 10, 12. So
I think you could say that the Painted World is not quite done. I'm not sure if it's just like weird or if it's just not done. I tend to think that maybe it's not quite done.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like weirdly used assets in there that like people put a lot of like lore significance behind. And I'm like, I feel like this is just them recycling assets for this area.
Right. A lot of people really like the Painted World, but I've always hated going there.
I like it from an atmosphere standpoint. but like it's not very fun to play.
It's not even that atmospheric. I don't know. I don't.
It's pretty cool. Also, you
versus,
get
like,
the red sign
Town's
there.
nothing.
Get the red sign there, which is pretty good.
That's true.
Dude, Blighttown is like the most
best.
like dread area in the entire game.
Yeah.
Like it actually invokes a feeling
I
of
would say
dread
it's one
to
of
be
the
in
most
Blighttown.
dreaded areas of all time.
Yeah. Like every area up until Blighttown, it's like, oh, you know, it's like careful proceeding and planning, and you can go through it all very carefully. You can get every single item there. Then Blighttown's like, you just gotta get out of here.
Right.
Like you just like maybe you find some stuff. It's just keep going and just hope to God you find a bonfire.
Yeah.
It's a freaking mess. Like I don't think you realistically, if you're a new player, could possibly have the resources you need to continuously survive to actually do like a full sweep, like you would want to do. You didn't upgrade the flask?
Did I? Oh, he drops the Firekeeper's ult.
Oh, you picked it up, yeah.
I wasn't even paying attention. Or yeah, okay.
Alright, we'll more elevator talk. But
Some elevator chat.
this is also one of the best shortcuts in the entire game.
Yes.
Like it.
Yeah, I remember finding this elevator.
It's very nice for this boss fight, but really it's more nice because it really just connects the whole world. It gets Firelink Shrine straight to the parish, which is just a very short walk to Sen's Fortress, and it really lets you connect things. It's one of those things that really is the plates, the different levels of the corkscrew, or whatever stupid analogy I used. It ties a lot of them together in a single spot, which is pretty cool. Are you gonna let him go?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. His ring is really good, like...
Yeah, because, I mean, you bring her back to life anyway, so it's whatever.
She doesn't want to be able to talk. She hates it. Not a fan.
That's the first thing she says when you give her her tongue back.
Like, the fuck, bro?
Yeah. She's like, dude, that was really enjoyable.
Like, come on,
I
what are you
like that.
doing? Like, I wish not to speak. And there's also Petrus's...
I mean, I feel that. Sometimes when I don't want to talk, but I need to.
That's like
just
when you're like
tongue out.
when you're trying to sleep and your mom's like, get up and get a job. You're like, wish not to speak. Job.
Yep, that's what I say to her every day.
I believe it. I feel like
Nah,
I've got a vow of silence.
That's why I don't live at home right now, because I'm not doing that.
I believe it. I mean, if my job was anywhere else, I wouldn't be home.
Right.
Alright. This guy is really annoying. Not because he's hard, but just because of these stairs.
Yes. But, fortunately, like, every hit misses. That's cool.
Also, this is a really cool way to teach you about parries.
Yeah.
Is having the enemies do, like, a really obvious parry animation.
Right, yeah. And
But, like, it actually
that
makes you
went away
slow down.
as the series progressed.
Are there...
Super obvious.
The only enemies I can think of that do parries are... Oh shit, I forgot about fucking Chandler.
Chandler?
Yeah. The Channeler. The only enemies that do, like, parry animations are, like, enemies that are supposed to be other players. Like, humanoid enemies in later games.
Right. Right.
Even in, like, 2, that pretty much became a thing. That's why... Like, did you do the Dark Divers challenges in 2?
Yes, they sucked.
They were ridiculously hard.
Yeah, they were really hard, and you had to waste humanity to even attempt. Yeah, that sucked.
And I remember, you remember the like, Havel guy?
Yeah.
That was in one of them? He is, like, impossible to kill, because he's so freaking fast, even though he's Havel. But the guy next to him, like, I don't remember who he was, but he's in the same one as him, would parry for days.
Oh,
and
really?
he had the stupid, like, parry dagger thing that was a big thing in 2. Oh, he's dancing. I hope you get the item.
on him.
I hope we drop. Oh.
Damn! God damn it!
Run down there and get him.
All right, no, we got to see his pathing.
He's not handling it well. 404 pathing not found.
he's
Let's go dance. I really hope you can get it.
Wow, yeah, he can't.
If you get his weapon, we have to make a weapon build for that weapon. That's all I'm saying. It's so good.
Nope.
Aw, damn it.
I wish.
It's that, the swag sword, and what's the other one that's the insanely rare drop?
Symbol of Avarice.
Yes. I've actually gotten way more Symbol of Avarices than you would think on my playthroughs.
Really?
Just because I Lloyd's Talisman every time, and that increases your drop rate for it by like a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
You can also let him go.
I don't know if I want to do it now.
Okay. He gets
Do it
out on
later.
his own if you don't do it soon.
When do you remember what the point is for?
It
I
might
don't
be killing the gargoyles.
I doubt it, but
I'm not sure.
see. Could be right.
Are you gonna do some pyromancy?
I feel like it's ringing both bells.
It might be.
Pyromancy's. I don't even.
So good.
It's cheating.
No, it's not.
It is cheating.
It's a
in this
good
game.
way to add some ranged ability when you have, like, when you're doing a melee character. There's no level requirement for it, which is great. It is.
Yeah, that's why it's cheating.
It's bustedly
because
strong.
you do amazing damage from the get-go with no requirement.
It's stupidly good in PvP. Because, like, if you're doing PvP and you're doing a melee build, like, why not just splash some pyromancy? You can stay at the PvP cap level.
Still human, are you? Then
Oh,
I am
man.
luck.
Like, you know, throw it on your giant dad build.
As you can see, I am
I'm so excited for Remastered when we'll see the return of the Giant Dad.
I'm kind of disappointed with what I'm seeing of Remastered.
Oh, no, it looks terrible. But as long as it renews the player base,
It's true. Getting to play some more PvP.
yeah.
Totally
because-
worth it.
Yes, yes.
I guarantee
Because
Classic, because I have so many good memories of PvP in Dark Souls and getting horrible messages.
dude, it's still gonna be on Steamworks. You're not gonna be able to get the games from Windows Live memes anymore.
Yeah, but they can still send you messages through
True.
Steam. But yeah,
It's not gonna be as
was
good as the Xbox ones. Those
right,
were
yes.
so good.
Yeah, those are classically terrible.
It's like, get wrecked. I'll have you know I'm a Navy SEAL. I graduated top of my class.
It's much worse than that. Usually it happens when you win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they just insult you. In
Dude.
the worst way imaginable.
Like, getting the messages is the funniest thing. But it has been a really long time since there's been, like, a great PvP scene on Dark Souls. Like, because 2 was not that great for PvP. Like,
Some
it had the
people-
arenas, but they were kind of weird in the requirements they had to use them. And, like, it split up the base a lot, because there were 4 arenas, so, like, it was split into 4 parts.
Uh-huh.
And then for 3, there was some strong PvP for a while, but then, like, they didn't release the PvP arena until really late. So, like, by the time the arena came out, like, people were done playing PvP on it.
Right, yeah.
So, like, the PvP scene never really took off there.
It may not have taken off, but some people argue that mechanically Dark Souls 2 is the best for PvP. Not sure if I
think
agree with
that's-
them because of the hitboxes.
I don't agree with them because of the stupid, gigantic parry window dagger.
Parry window, dagger. Oh yeah, wow. Forgot about that.
You get the axe. Oh my god, you are shredding him. This is without the lightning. Oh, but yeah, no, that thing, and it's stupid, like,
Oops, I just dove right into it.
animation that has, like, a solid 2 seconds of parry window in that entire time. To be fair, though, you could punish it super hard if you knew it was coming, and everyone did know it was coming because everyone was running it.
Right.
So at least it's not like there was no counterplay to it, but still. Surprised that hit.
I am too. That's why I didn't roll, because I didn't think it would.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna die. Yup.
If you throw out the lightning, like, you're already shredding him. If you throw the lightning on your weapon, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to, like, kill him. You'll be able to get him to, like, triggering the second guy in a single stamina bar, and then kill him before the second one spawns in.
I mean, even... it's... As long as I don't suck it up and get hit fighting the first guy.
So
I'll
I
have
noticed
enough damage output.
you're doing two-hand a lot more than I remember last time we played.
Yeah. I do two-hand.
You're doing pretty well. Like, you're doing it better. Like, I admittedly not well. I do sword and board a lot, even to this day.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's so strong. Like,
Right, yeah. Well, once I got to 3, I'm like, you know, I like sword and board because it's so dependable. And, you know, I'm not good at these games. But once I got to 3, and combat was faster, you know, very clearly influenced by Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm just gonna do big greatsword from here on out, and that's pretty much all I've been doing. So like all of Dark Souls 3 was big greatsword.
I don't know. I still really like Dex builds, even though they haven't been like tier 1 since Dark Souls 1.
Well, you can do it like a.
You can do a Dex build.
A 2-hand Dex build, yeah, which is.
But now you'd really rather just do a quality build than a Dex build. Makes it will be better. And a strength build is like, since in 3 and 2, strength build is just better than a hard Dex build.
That's true.
Like, in 1, Dex build was like, they were close, but Dex build was clearly better.
Right, yeah.
In 2, it's kind of inverse. Like, it was kind of close, but the strength is just better. I don't know. I also really liked the way bleed worked, and they kind of changed that. Even though, I guess, I probably liked it because it was kind of busted, which is probably kind of why they changed it. So, you know, maybe I'm the problem. Oh my god, the ragdolls.
They're good. But yeah, there's something very satisfying, because if you do two-hand, you are required to kind of learn the moveset. Yeah. I mean, you have to learn the moveset to a significant degree, even when you're doing sword and board. But you just need to learn it even more. Right. And it's way more frustrating, and I die a lot, like a lot more than I would have if I used a shield.
Get the lightning out.
By the time you do it,
because I just want to shred this guy.
Yup.
Don't want to embarrass
yourself.
Make
it as easy as possible. Yeah.
You're alive. There's 2 people watching.
True, dude. Yeah, still 2.
No one in the chat. I actually don't, like, it's possible one of those is someone who's real, who's an actual fan. Hi, Arthur. That's for the fan to decide. Wow.
Shit.
Yeah, I told you, you're shredding him, dude. You just tank the damage, just kill him. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh no.
I don't even know if Aaron's talking. Oh. That did way more damage than I thought.
Yeah, no, they're not easy for a first boss.
The heater shield does, like, completely stop that fire damage, though. It's like a 92% fire protection shield.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Ultimately, I'm just gonna have to get better at playing on stream.
That's true.
It definitely affects me a lot. That LP tax.
Let's play tax. I can play for a little bit if you want to switch off, but I don't think, I think you're still better than me. Like, actually, when you're playing on stream than I am, playing normally. I also have not played this game in a year and a half at least.
That also doesn't help. Yeah. Because this plays much different from 3, especially, going from this to 3.
So,
but I went back to 2 recently and played that, and was like, man, it was fucking awful. I forget
how bad
how much I hate that game. I just fucking...
It's not actually that bad.
No, it's not. But I hate how it feels so much.
I've been like, there's been multiple times I'm like, you know, I should go back and play 2 again. Like, you know, I want to play Scholar of the First Sin. I want to see the new characters they added for that. I'm like, you know, I bought it, so I own all the DLCs and stuff. I'm like, I should go back, and then I try. I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's one of those where it's right when you start. At least for me, like, right when you get to Forest of the Fallen Giants, immediately I'm like, oh, I fucking hate this. Like, the place looks like garbage.
Oh, we're getting some frames.
Yeah, it's the ragdolls. Once
you get to, like, there are, like, parts that are, like, pretty okay, like, as you get farther. Like, once you get to some cool stuff, but, like, the early
Lost Bastille.
Yeah. The Sinner is still, like, one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. Just because when I fought her, I was stupidly underleveled, so it was actually a fun and difficult fight.
So like a... I don't know.
Because I got there really early, because, guess what? It was way easier. So... I got there stupidly underleveled. Alright, just
I remember
shred him.
Having one.
There's the weapon. He's like, I'm out. There's the other guy, so just kill him fast. Hit him. Dead. Just hit him.
Hit
This
him.
game's easy. Hit him again. Get him.
Oh yeah. Oh.
This guy is
God, he doesn't hit.
easier.
Oh yeah. Well, once the other guy's
Yeah.
dead.
He's only a support character. He's supposed to breathe fire at you while the other guy does it. I remember how hard this was the first time. Like,
Oh, it was
you do this?
crazy. Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, this boss is impossible.
Yeah. It's one of the best hurdles in the series, I think, next to
Ornstein
like
and
man-eaters from Demon Souls. Ornstein and Smo is the most.
Mm.
Here we
We're gonna see
go.
Oswald soon.
Yeah, we got to go up first.
You gotta ring the bell. Then he's got his. He's the one that gives you the best emote in the game, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's well. What is it?
We gotta do it. Oswald is.
It
also
is only human to sin. You can't even do it.
Dude,
It's so good.
what a psychopath.
He's actually insane.
He's also like a weirdly useful character for the fact that he's like in this place that you'll never go to.
Right.
The stuff he sells is good. But like if you don't have the souls to
Yeah.
buy them now, you're probably never gonna come back here.
Yeah, no, he's also the first NPC to sell purging.
Mm-hmm. Which lets you go. This lets you do the what's the Dark Wraith Covenant? Because you pretty much need the purging stones. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. What's the cursed hands you need?
Dark Hand.
Yeah, that lets you go down into New Londo to
Yeah,
beat the
farm
Four Kings
humanity.
early.
Right.
If you want to do the cool lore thing, or are insane and just like challenging yourself.
Yeah, no, I did that first playthrough, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. But like, did you do it like just because you like were like, oh, I'm just gonna go to this area, or like, did you do it because you knew something was up?
I knew something was up. Like,
Okay.
I had pretty much done everything else. I love those.
So good.
And just permanently.
He's just giving you a hug, man.
I am
Oswald of Kareem.
The partner.
Thou appearest to lack
Eh. So good.
yet magnanimous are the gods. Cometh out to confess, or to accuse. For indeed all sins
My domain.
Alright.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm really mad that never made it into a later. You should buy at least one purging
They're
stone.
similar poses.
Be safe. I know, but like that's the best pose in the entire series,
Yes.
and it never makes it into another one. What rings does he sell? Yeah, those are okay.
Sacrifice, blood bite.
thou art
Ring of
right.
Alright,
Sack.
here we go. Wait.
It is only human to commit a sin.
God damn. Like, people are like, man, every character in this game seems kind of evil, but Oswald takes it to fucking
Yeah,
11.
Oswald. Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Like, this is the guy pardoning me for sin.
Mm.
That's nuts, dude.
Dude, fucking Miyazaki hates fucking priests. The only thing I've learned from these games. Gascoigne, Oswald,
Yeah, just fucking murder him.
like, fuck priests. It checks out.
Everyone who prays gets, like, fucked up, too.
Oh, there's my mom leaving the stream in response. No, I'm just kidding. Just
Yeah,
kidding. I was just making a joke. We got a solid, like, 30 seconds before she hears that and then leaves.
True.
Oh, we just gave away the stream delay, guys.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no! We're cheating. Is that... You can't do that? That's a no-no?
It's not a no-no, it's just like, what's the word? But the thing, like, people will get annoyed at it. 'Cause, like, if they chat something to you, then, whatever, don't want to... It means that, like, our stream doesn't just go down randomly.
Right.
So, kind of a plus. Like, what would the two people watching us right now possibly do if the stream were to go away?
Yeah.
They would lose their goddamn mind.
Yeah, no, they don't have anything else
Mhm.
but us.
Like, clearly, like, if you're watching this stream, clearly you just don't have anything going on in your life. You're
It's
like,
good. We don't either.
oh
We
boy,
can share in this space together.
oh boy, first stream.
It says, "Oh no!" after first stream.
That sounds clever. I want to watch
Oh
this.
wow, that's funny.
Mm.
Well, we tried really hard.
I'm glad that, like, we've been streaming for less than 2 hours and we're already at the part of making fun of our fans. Like, know, I really want to skip straight to the scumbag level.
Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you get there fast,
You get there.
you don't have to deal with all that nice bullshit.
The next dark side, Phil. Ooh, that's my goal.
Already am. Do you have that
Mike's
moment?
side, Phil.
Do you've had moments, right, where, and it is honestly a terrifying moment when it happens to me when I'm playing a game, usually alone, and I'll start to say to myself, like, oh my god, I'm Darkside Phil.
Like, I'm so bad at
That
this
happened.
game.
Like, I'm so bad, and also, like, I'm blaming the game every time.
It's-
Where I'm just like, this game sucks! Like, I hate this game.
I haven't had that, but what I have had is when I'm watching Darkside Phil, I've had, like, these terrifying moments of, like, oh my god, Darkside Phil is better at this game than me.
Oh, okay, I get
I'm like,
that too.
no!
I get that too. Yes.
I'm like, what is happening?
I definitely get that.
The man who's made fun of for being awful at video games and just a
Well,
generally...
no, it's not that he's awful, honestly, because that's whatever. I've never cared if someone, because first of all, it's difficult. It's difficult to make commentary while playing a game and
true.
like have people watching you. It makes sense. It's hard, so that's one. Two, who gives a shit? Even if you are the worst player ever, if you're entertaining and you know you understand that it's all in good fun.
Okay.
Darkside Phil
I should correct
doesn't
myself.
understand that.
Darkside Phil is awful at the game and at being a human being.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
that's-
exactly. That's the secondary part, is that he's a terrible person. On top, yeah, here we go. Now we're shit-talking fans
Yeah.
and other people.
Dude, you know that the one person who's like, that's Darkside Phil. He was watching our stream, and we just really hurt his feelings.
Oh no, you're right.
Dude, I would be so proud to have Darkside Phil
I would be
watching our
proud as
stream.
well. I would be proud.
Like, I think we could just retire as streamers right there.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be
Name
great.
drop as he shows up on stream.
Darkside Phil here, reporting in. I watch all new streams to see if there's any like bad techniques I can steal from my videos.
How can I make my videos worse?
Best way to do it is to watch new streams. Like, for example, you think he had the idea of just filming his TV? It's like, no, he couldn't have thought of something that terrible. He's too stupid. So he had to steal that from someone else. Alright, so are you going to Capra Demon, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. It's... I'm trying to remember. If you take the ladder up here, and you just go straight down, you're pretty much right there. You just gotta run back past across the bridge.
Yeah, I'm heading to the door.
Once you unlock the shortcut, then Firelink is actually probably the fastest way down there.
Well, yeah,
Wrong way,
see,
man.
we don't even need to... Right. Don't even need to...
Hold up your shield.
Come on, really?
Okay.
I know that.
Listen, I'm just saying, you know, you're playing like garbage, so no.
Yeah, I am, honestly.
But, I mean, again, I still think you're playing better than I would be playing right now. Like, I am
Debatable.
not very good at this game.
No, I know. I've always been terrible at this game, no matter how much I've played it.
You should do
Well,
the shortcut,
it's okay.
though.
It's all in good fun. Idea.
Just in case, like, if you die.
We don't even need to fight the Capra Demon if we don't want to do depths in most of Blighttown.
No, but we are gonna want to get the +5 star,
Yeah.
the plus 10 Ember.
Right.
And Capra Demon is actually, I think, a kind of cool boss. I think, okay, they're like, okay, we're gonna try a different type of challenge for most bosses on this one, and it's terrible, but
And
at
it's a
least
shit
it's kind of
challenge.
cool. They're
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be a challenge where there's 2 dogs and the area is really small.
Yeah. So it's just a fucking crapshoot.
But at least they're like, I like it when they try cool stuff like that. Like, for example, the boss you hate in Bloodborne that I kind of like, the one that just summons a bunch of the...
Witch of Hemwick?
Yeah.
Lame.
Okay,
Lame
I
boss.
played through it again. I told you, I was playing...
And realized it's lame?
Yes, that did happen. I played through it again because I was playing at so I played it at your house and got that far.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I played it on my roommates at school. And like I had to replay through that part again. And then when I did, I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is lame.
Right, yes. It is.
But
it's hugely
That
lame.
being said, I still think like the first time through, it is a kind of a cool thing, at least atmospherically, even though it's not an actually good boss. It is kind of cool.
Yes.
More of a set piece boss.
It's the same with Nicolette.
Watch out, you really want to avoid Mikolash. Which
Yeah,
one's
the
Mikolash?
bleeding. Mikolash is the, you have to chase him around like a maze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I think I knew that right away with Mikolash. But he, at least, like, his craziness was kind of cool. Oh, you got parried, but they hit you out of the riposte.
You know what? I can't even see their parry animation. The screen is, like, a little bit tilted away from me.
Want me to fix it?
Jesus Christ. You know, it's fine, it's fine. We'll mess with the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we can fix it, but
Don't worry about it.
not a huge deal. Good thing you opened that shortcut, too. But anyway. Also, speaking of
I
Iron
didn't
Flash,
sit at the bonfire, though. What about Iron Flash?
just going back to pyromancies, it's very weird that that is a pyromancy, right? Like the Iron Flash power within all those other ones. Like, you'd think those would be miracles.
I mean, Flash sweat makes sense.
Flash, yes.
I get it. You're sweating, it's hot. It's pyromancy.
But as you know, Great Chaos Fireball, best pyromancy in the entire...
Uh-huh. Which glitches out if you
Oh, yeah.
raise the frame rate on DS. Really
There's
interesting.
I remember in PvP there was a thing where the Great Chaos, like, fire pillars or whatever, like, that one was a big thing in PvP because, like, its animation takes forever, but if you can ever pull it off, it's very, very likely to just kill your enemy.
Wait, I'm sorry, what is this?
The Great Chaos one that shoots, like, pillars of flame randomly around you.
In...
Great Chaos Storm.
Oh, yes, okay. I'm sorry, for some reason I was thinking of a weapon that...
No.
Yeah.
So, like, that was, like, really popular in PvP when, like, if you could, like, get away for a second, you just, like, do the long animation, and then anything near you just dies.
Well, yeah, there's that
Which
one...
was the dumbest thing ever.
There's
but it was
that
really...
one Isolate sister who uses it.
Just keep hitting her, and keep stunning her out of it. Because she's wearing the cloth armor that has 0 poise.
Right, yeah.
Which I do like that they scaled enemies' poise to the armor they're wearing that you can pick up in-game. That's pretty cool. I know there's a couple areas where it breaks. Like, I think it's actually a lot easier to break Havel's poise than someone wearing his armor. But still, it's a very cool thing that for most of the sets they did that. Probably sit at the fire here so that we don't have to do this whole walk back.
I
again.
understand. That's the first thing I said.
I
When I spawned in, I was like, oh yeah.
No. I gotta go back.
And those are things you forget on stream. You do dumb fucking shit.
I believe it, dude.
It's gonna happen for a little bit.
It's a hard life.
We'll get used to it.
No, this is the game's fault, dude.
This fucking game.
This game's fucking
Dude,
terrible.
you really have never actually. I believe that of you because I feel like I'm a really arrogant person, just in general. So
yeah, you know, I buy that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. You're just
very
like, oh yeah, it's
cold,
totally true.
Very methodical, very
Cold,
uncaring,
calculating. Yeah, you know.
type person. You know, that's just who you are.
Yeah. Exactly. So when I play a game, I'm like, I'm fucking good at this game, and then I do terrible, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this game? And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm DSP right now.
Yeah. No, I just, like, know that I'm bad. Like...
I see, yeah. I guess sometimes it's a little more of, like, I have to remind myself sometimes.
And there are some games where I feel like, I think Dark Souls is pretty good at this, and, like, for example, another game that I played more recently is pretty good at this. And, like, it makes you feel like you're bad, not the game that's bad.
Right.
When you lose.
Right. Oh yeah, no, this is for sure one of those.
Now, there are exceptions to that, especially in Cuphead. Because the last phase of the three-headed dragon fight, like, until you figure out the trick to it, which is, like, you cannot be shooting when those, like, fireballs you shoot are on the screen.
I mean, you just can't hit them.
Yeah, like, you need to be really careful about it.
I think the second phase is worse than the third.
Dude, I found the trick to the second phase, too.
You just jump like a madman.
No, you can actually... It's actually really easy to see where they're going to jump based... You can tell where they're going to jump based on your positioning when they start their animation. So they will always jump at you, like, but based on where you are when they start the animation.
Yeah. I know.
So if you move based on that, you can avoid them really easily. And just shoot with just shoot the whole time. But, like, that one kind of feels bad, but the one that, like, that really felt bad for me was that last phase. Because I'm just like, I don't know
I mean, that fight
how
in
I'm
general,
supposed to do this.
Everyone hates that fight. That
But
fight
then once I
sucks.
figured it out, like, it was still bad, like, it was still hard, but I'm like, okay, the problem is that I'm not good enough.
Right.
Not that this game is bullshit, even though it is.
No, I think Cuphead I never had, Cuphead I never had to really remind myself that I'm bad at the game, because I knew that right away. With this game, I definitely do, especially now, since I've played it so many times, where even if I'll come back after, like, several years of not playing it, I'll still, like, expect myself to be as good as I was, and when I don't, I'm like, wow, what is wrong with this game?
Dude, I kind of know that, like, I guess it's like I've experienced it so many times where I'm like, man, I used to be really good at this, I'm just not anymore, that I just kind of try not to do that anymore.
Right.
Like, even, like, I've been kind of, like...
it's
like,
hard.
Like, really recently, like, I, like, kind of had to stop playing HearthStone because of, like, finals and stuff, and I just haven't really gotten back into it.
Sure.
And that was, like, a month ago.
Right.
At most was the long, like, when I was really into it. And I'm so much worse than I was then. Like, and that's not even an action game. That's just, like,
No, but it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a learning curve, and yeah, you can get that stuff.
You should play Hearthstone, dude. You should do it. It's fun. Did you... I keep forgetting, you liked Magic when you played with us, right?
Of course, I like Magic.
Then you might like... You'd probably like Hearthstone, at least to some degree. And it doesn't have the, like, limitation of... You gotta spend a shitload of money and, know people in person. And,
Right.
like, have friends. Oh. So, this is... That armor is different from the armor they drop, right?
No.
Like, they dropped the hollow black leather armor, right? And you just picked that up, I think. Which is weird, because it seems like it's supposed to be their armor.
No, I think it's just... Is there a Hollow Thief
I think so,
armor?
yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Why do I feel like that's something... I don't know.
I could
No idea.
Let's not fight Capra. Let's open up the shortcut first.
Yeah.
Because he also got a lot of souls.
Right.
Also, apparently, like, I was reading some interview with, Miyazaki, the director of the Souls games.
Yeah.
I was reading some interview with him, and he was talking about, like, how they expect you to lose, like, actually, like, 2/3 of the souls you acquire across your game.
That's
designed,
probably
balanced for that.
Really.
Which is, I think, like, totally correct and really cool to think about.
Yeah, no,
But
that
also-
sounds accurate from my experience.
It also means, like, it makes sense that, like, the better you are at it,
I'm an idiot.
get parried.
Yeah.
Luckily, their parries are not that good. It makes sense also, like, why, when you get better at it, you can do so much better. Because if
Right.
you're not losing that 2/3 of souls, you're all of a sudden 3 times more powerful
Yeah.
than you would be without it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a really cool balancing thing. It's like the whole mechanic of losing souls. Was that done anywhere else first? Like, I feel like it has to have been. But I
Demon
can't...
Souls.
Okay, you know what I meant though, right? Like,
Yeah. I don't know if it was done in Kingsfield,
Okay.
because I never played those,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously those were the early From Software games.
Mm-hmm.
Share a lot of similarities to this.
Mm-hmm. You can get she sells fire stuff if you want it, which Capra's weak to.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We've also got
Poison stuff.
Purging Stones.
Yes.
Poison
She's a good
stuff.
she's a good merchant. She should sit at Firelink and do some upgrading. Because you want to be spawning back to there now. And you got a lot.
Yeah.
So
Got a lot of money.
Look, Skylar's a
Classic.
There's Dan about.
I was rewatching that episode,
Mhm.
you know, the one where it zooms in, or like...
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Like, where Hank goes to, Skylar's house and is super awkward,
Mm-hmm.
and has,
this
like,
just for
long
me?
pauses. Yeah. And, like, that edited video where it zooms in on his nose.
We're talking about Breaking Bad, by the way. For the streamer, for the viewers who are just like, what the hell are they talking
Yeah, there
about?
are no viewers. who
All
are-
2 of them?
Yeah. There's an edit where it, in those awkward pauses, zooms in on his nose, plays some music from Mass Effect, and cuts to an image of space.
Dude,
Doesn't make much sense, but
it's a crazy...
certainly remember it.
Dude, YouTube poops, like, how are those still being made?
I don't know.
Like, they were like...
That one wasn't even categorized as a YouTube poop, I don't
But
think.
it definitely was.
Yeah, it's just called
the
Look,
video's just called Look,
Skylar's a
Skylar's a Bitch.
Which is
It's a very accurate title.
Yeah.
But I'm actually very curious if the people watching us right now are Eric and Alexos, like one of those and my mom, or like someone and then a complete stranger.
It's a good question.
Say something in the chat. Tell us who you are.
If you are a stranger.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're just Eric, just so I know. Let us know. All of a sudden, we won't be able to make obscure references to garbage YouTube videos that came out in 2005 and have like maybe 400,000 views.
I would check on that.
I don't know. I have no idea how many views it was. It was like one of the slightly more popular ones, but like I went back and watched it again. Like it's really not that funny. It's only funny because we are stupid.
Yes. Yes. It's a nostalgia thing.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely the best part. It's like, do you remember like the really, really old YouTube poops that like Alexis pulled up on his phone on the bus in like middle school?
Like the ones that were made from.
I
remember
the Explorer one.
No, I don't remember that. Oh, I remember the first ones were the Legend of Zelda CDI game cutscenes.
I never really remember those ones that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you know about them.
I know about the memes, yeah.
Mm.
I know the CDI games because the AVGN episode on them is amazing.
Yeah. Right.
Mm.
I see. Before I saw those, I saw. Geez, it's been so long since I've used the shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always skip Light Town. Always.
I mean, how do you get the Ember?
The
Plus 10 Ember.
large Ember?
Yeah.
Is it down in the depths?
It's like right. It's like right as soon as you get in the depths.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I just go in here.
Yeah, but it's locked.
I don't even really.
You gotta kill Capra
yeah,
first.
yeah. I don't even really use the shortcut. Like I don't need to. I think I just go to the
You
Capra,
just go immediately
kill
kill Capra. You didn't
Yes.
spend the souls.
it.
Oh well, it's too late now.
I actually just didn't do anything.
Do you even rest?
I think I rested.
You can
I
homeward
rested.
bone if you. Actually, no, we're not wasting that much time. We're going to Capra.
Homeward bone isn't that bad.
Oh, you just sick backflip.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. If you want
One
to.
loading screen, it's fine.
It's gonna be pretty quick on my computer. The loading screens for this game, like Bo Ferris's hype. The loading screens for this game are like, atrocious on Xbox, as is the entire version on Xbox. Okay.
Well, I love on Xbox that
You can get cancerous
like
messages from your PvP opponents.
I mean, yes, that's the best part, no doubt. But I like the glitch lines that show up
Yeah.
every time. We'll do endurance.
Give a little vitality, like 1.
Yeah, you know what.
I know you don't like to play.
Okay, yeah. See, this is part of my arrogance, right?
Mm.
I'll go into a new Souls game that I've never played before and be like,
never put it in vitality.
yeah, and be like, I'm good at these games, and not put points into vitality, or I'll put like, so it's like kind of a challenge run, but it's half-assed because I'll put like some points into it, but not enough to be reasonable, and then just like get my ass kicked for no reason because it's not like a real challenge run. Because I do put points into it. It's just stupid. It's pointless.
It's not a real challenge run because you're not wearing the ring you get from killing the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Calamity ring. There we go.
I killed the Black Dragon Calamite and all I got was the stupid ring.
I still don't think I've ever killed Calamite.
Really?
Yeah, just because I didn't care enough.
Such a good fight.
I remember him not being that fun, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, people love that fight. I think that's a pretty beloved fight. It's hard as hell.
I also don't want to get the ring.
Well, yeah, like you don't get much out of it except like
That being said, Artorias and Manus.
Artorias and Manus are amazing.
Like the best fights in this entire game.
Yeah, I mean,
possibly
I'll
the series.
I'll agree they're both better than. Oh yeah, I liked the Artorias reference. Gale in 3. Where he chucks the body at you?
Mm-hmm. I gotta show you something really quick, because this I saw an Artorias cosplayer at ASEN a couple days ago. That was really good. I'm gonna show it to the stream as well in a minute, if this looks good. I saw two. I saw a sick Artorias one, and I'll give it a second.
That is really good. He's got the pose down too.
Like, I don't know if you can see it on the stream. We'll see in 30 seconds. There's that, and I also saw a Bloodborne one. Where is she? Yeah, tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead. Jeez, that's so... Oh, man. I was playing sometimes.
Dude, it's really cool. It made me look like a bitch. My gigantic cross.
Well, yeah, what did you do?
Do you know Nicholas D. Wolf? Have you seen Trigun?
Yes. I've seen clips of Trigun.
Do you know, Wolfwood from it?
Yeah.
I did Wolfwood. So I wore a suit and sunglasses and, like, and then I had a fucking massive cross that I built, like, the night before the convention. And I strapped to my back and carried, like 30 pounds, and I carried it around the whole day.
I think I'm probably going to die.
Alright. You can dip out. Oh.
Ah!
Damn.
I forgot about the 4-way roll.
Yeah.
Because I had it like a diagonal, and then he rolled to the left. Oops.
It's all good. You just gotta get used to it.
Yeah, the 4-way roll, man. Don't miss it. Oh well.
Oh. Okay, we still got a good amount of time left.
Okay.
So anyway. Artorias and Manus, like, best fights in this game. And any other Dark Souls, like, what would you say best fight from 2 is, like, actually? There's not very many good ones.
That's a good question. There's so many bosses in that game that I honestly don't
remember.
Yeah, I feel like I don't remember 90% of them. I guess, yeah, Lost Sinner's kind of a standout-ish.
It's not actually that much of a standout, it's just, like, incredibly competent.
Right,
and that's enough to be a standout.
Well, that's that entire game.
I remember there being some good DLC bosses. Like, what was it, the
Ashen
Knight or whatever?
Probably the DLC bosses. Fume Knight.
Yes.
Fume Knight's definitely the best fight in the entire game.
He's really good. And then for 3, like, Lost... Oh, no, what's his name? Nameless King.
Nameless King,
Really,
Abyss
really
Watchers. I really like Twin Princes.
Yeah, I thought that was okay.
Oh, it's so fun to...
What was the one that you were saying was a hard ripoff of Bloodborne?
Gale.
Yes.
Gale's a hard ripoff of Orphan.
Yes.
He has the same exact animations, his first phase at least.
But
and his sword goes through the ground. You know, he's fun to fight, but the fact that his sword goes through the ground and the fact that his animations are ripped straight out of Bloodborne was disappointing to me. Especially considering like everybody was talking about that fight.
I still haven't beaten Orphan yet. I'm really mad about it. I told you what happened to my...
Your save got erased.
Yeah. I was on Orphan, and like all I had left in the non-DLC was the final boss, which I was waiting to do until I finished the DLC, so I had Orphan and Lawrence left. And I was like, son of a
Lawrence is a terrible
bitch.
fight. It's an awful fight.
Orphan's... I just was like...
Orphan's great.
I really dislike Lawrence because like I get into his crippled state and then I just can't hurt him without taking lava damage.
You gotta stand in like this really awkward position, like between,
like
between the lava and him.
I'm gonna shut up so you can fight this really quick.
Okay. See, like even getting up the stairs is really fucking hard.
Kill the dogs and you're set.
Oh no, he's not. You doing the double? Yep. But I'm fucked. God damn it. See, this is what happens.
Dude, Capoeira's the worst. You gotta kill the dogs fast, and then you're fine.
Right, yeah. And it's not really, like, a show of skill. It is kind of just...
Get them.
Yeah.
If you
smash them, hopefully they die.
Get your weapon to where it's, like, kill them in one hit, then it's a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Which you're pretty close to.